Members of the LGBTI community are victims of constitutional discrimination. That's the assertion made by researcher Rawidda Baksh. Speaking at a workshop hosted by the Caribbean Association for Feminist Research and Action, CAFRA, she said steps must be taken to correct this. DIONNE has more.
Gender-based violence has reached epidemic proportions in Trinidad and Tobago, while the National Strategic Plan on Gender-Based Violence continues to languish in Cabinet. So says researcher Rawidda Baksh.
I think the government is hedging its bets. It wants to see what kind of response will come from the public in the 6 months that is open for public comment. And then they will decide whether or not and where they go with this. Of course, they had a big caveat at the top of the policy indicating that abortion and sexual orientation were very much not covered in the policy.
She thinks it's the same position government has taken for the last 15 years. Ms. Baksh says a lot of work has been done and many more people have joined the conversation on gender-based violence and the LGBTI community, but there have been no advancements in terms of policy.
Here's an opportunity for us to keep pushing on this envelope, to keep advancing that agenda. And this collaboration between LGBTI institutions and the feminist movement, as well as a broader platform of civil society organizations, becomes really important in terms of helping to move that agenda forward.
Ms. Baksh says her research on respect for human rights and freedoms against gender-based violence and the LGBTI community has revealed various levels of constitutional discrimination.
The criminalization of LGBT in specific pieces of legislation, the discrimination in other pieces of legislation, and so on. It's all very complicated. It's all not talked about a lot. And I think it's very important to look at each of the pieces of legislation and determine what needs to be done by us as a movement in terms of challenging the government on the way forward.
She says not only should we continue the conversation, but we must insist that government does its part through the implementation of policies that protects all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. DIONNE, C News.